What's up, everyone? Today we're taking a road trip across Texas to visit 7 towns facing some of the toughest challenges in the state. We're not here to mock. This is about understanding the real struggles people face, using hard data and real stories. We'll dig into crime rates, poverty, and job opportunities to give you an honest look at life beyond the tourist spots. All music is from YouTube Studio, and we're using stock footage to respect residents' privacy. Stick around until the end. I have an important message that could change how you see everything we cover today. Ready to see the real Texas? Let's hit the road. Our first stop sets the tone for a journey you won't forget. Our journey begins in Brownsville, a city perched right at the southern tip of Texas. A place where the vibrant threads of culture are interwoven with the stark realities of economic hardship. It's a city that carries a rich history, reflected in its architecture and the spirit of its people. But it's also a city grappling with significant financial challenges. Brownsville's unemployment rate is often double or even triple the national average, a persistent problem that casts a long shadow over the community. This isn't just a number, it represents real people struggling to find stable work and provide for their families. This high rate of joblessness traps many families in a cycle of poverty, making it difficult to break free and build a better future. The weight of financial insecurity can be seen in the faces of residents, who are constantly battling to make ends meet. Most jobs available in Brownsville are low-wage, offering little opportunity for advancement or financial stability. These are the jobs that keep the city running, but they often don't provide enough income to cover basic needs. This reality makes it incredibly tough for residents to save or invest in their future, perpetuating the cycle of poverty. The dream of home ownership, education, or even a comfortable retirement often feels out of reach for many. The city's infrastructure shows the strain. Underfunded public services struggle to meet the needs of the community. Schools, healthcare facilities, and other essential services are stretched thin, impacting the quality of life for residents. Neglected roads, riddled with potholes and cracks, are a constant reminder of the city's financial struggles. These infrastructure issues not only inconvenience residents but also pose safety hazards. There's little new development, and many buildings stand as silent witnesses to better times. The lack of investment in new businesses and housing further contributes to the city's economic stagnation. Many young people, full of potential and ambition, feel compelled to leave for better opportunities elsewhere. They seek education and employment prospects that simply aren't available in Brownsville. This exodus of talent drains the city of hope and the potential for future growth. The absence of young professionals and skilled workers further weakens the local economy. For visitors, you'll notice closed storefronts, a sign of the economic hardship that has gripped the city. These empty businesses serve as a stark reminder of the challenges faced by local entrepreneurs. There's a noticeable lack of amenities, making it difficult to attract tourists and new residents. The limited options for shopping, dining, and entertainment contribute to the feeling of economic stagnation. But amidst these challenges, there's also a resilient community spirit, a determination to overcome adversity and build a better future. Neighbors help neighbors, and there's a strong sense of solidarity among residents. Brownsville isn't bustling with attractions. It's not a place of flashy entertainment or extravagant displays of wealth. It's a city fighting to survive, a place where the daily struggles of ordinary people are palpable. The economic challenges here are more than just abstract statistics. They represent the lived experiences of real people, families struggling to put food on the table and make ends meet. They shape daily life, influencing everything from education and healthcare to housing and employment, and they cast a shadow of uncertainty over the city's future. Despite the odds, the people remain warm and welcoming, embodying the true spirit of Texas hospitality. They greet visitors with a smile and are always willing to lend a helping hand. Brownsville's story is one of resilience, a testament to the strength and determination of its people in the face of adversity. But it's also a warning about what happens when opportunity dries up, when communities are left behind, and when the promise of a better future fades away. It's a powerful and sobering first stop on our Texas journey, a reminder of the challenges faced by many communities across the state. Let's keep moving, venturing further into the heart of Texas, and see what other stories and challenges await us in the next town. Next, our journey takes us eastward, specifically to Lufkin, a city nestled deep within the heart of East Texas. We're moving away from the bustling energy of larger metropolitan areas and venturing into a landscape characterized by its dense forests and close-knit communities. From above, Lufkin appears as an oasis of civilization amidst a sea of green, a testament to the region's abundant natural resources. However, beneath this picturesque facade lies a town grappling with fundamental issues, struggling to provide its residents with access to basic essential services that many take for granted. Healthcare access is limited. The local facilities are often understaffed and under-equipped, struggling to meet the needs of the community. The scarcity of specialists and advanced medical technology creates a significant barrier to receiving adequate care. For specialized care, residents often face arduous journeys, traveling hours to bigger cities like Houston or Dallas. These long drives can be particularly challenging for those with chronic conditions or in emergency situations, adding another layer of stress and difficulty to an already challenging situation. This means minor health issues, which could be easily addressed with timely intervention, can quickly escalate into emergencies, requiring more intensive and costly treatment. The lack of readily available healthcare creates a climate of anxiety and uncertainty for families. Preventative care, crucial for maintaining long-term health and well-being, is often skipped due to financial constraints, lack of transportation, or simply the overwhelming difficulty of accessing services. This neglect can lead to a cycle of poor health outcomes and increased healthcare costs in the long run. Schools in Lufkin face persistent funding shortages, impacting the quality of education and the resources available to students. These financial constraints affect everything from teacher salaries and classroom supplies to extracurricular activities and technology. The lack of adequate funding contributes to lower test scores and graduation rates, limiting the future opportunities for young people in the community. Students may not have access to the same resources and support as their peers in wealthier districts, putting them at a disadvantage. Faced with these challenges, families are forced to make difficult choices, often having to choose between staying in their beloved hometown where they have deep roots and strong community ties, or moving away in search of better educational and healthcare opportunities for their children. A heartbreaking decision that can tear families apart and weaken the social fabric of the community. The absence of strong schools and reliable healthcare creates a significant obstacle to attracting new families and businesses, hindering economic growth and perpetuating a cycle of decline. Businesses are hesitant to invest in areas where the workforce lacks the necessary skills and where employees may struggle to access adequate healthcare. For travelers passing through, the town's natural beauty and tranquil atmosphere may mask the underlying struggles faced by its residents, creating a deceptive impression of prosperity and well-being. Lufkin serves as a stark reminder that natural beauty alone cannot compensate for the absence of essential services and opportunities, highlighting the importance of investing in healthcare and education to create thriving and sustainable communities. Despite these hardships, the community remains resilient, demonstrating a strong spirit of perseverance and a deep commitment to improving the lives of its residents. However, the challenges are undeniably real and ongoing, requiring sustained effort and innovative solutions to address the root causes of these disparities. Now let's shift our focus to another critical factor that can shape the destiny of a town: its economic foundation. We'll explore what happens when a town's fate becomes inextricably tied to a single, often volatile industry, and the potential consequences that can arise. Welcome to Odessa, deep in the heart of West Texas, a place where the vast open landscape meets the relentless pursuit of black gold. Here, oil doesn't just fuel cars and power plants, it rules everything. It dictates the rhythm of life, the fortunes made and lost, and the very identity of the community. When oil booms, the town explodes with money. Suddenly, there's an influx of wealth, creating a sense of prosperity and opportunity for many. And people, drawn by the allure of high-paying jobs and a chance at a better life, flood into the city, straining its resources and infrastructure. But with the rapid growth and sudden wealth comes a darker side: crime. The increased population and economic disparities often lead to a rise in criminal activity, and housing costs skyrocket, making it difficult for longtime residents and newcomers alike to find affordable places to live. The demand far outweighs the supply, creating a housing crisis. During busts, when the price of oil plummets, jobs vanish overnight, leaving thousands unemployed and struggling to make ends meet. The once thriving economy grinds to a halt. Businesses close their doors, unable to survive the economic downturn, leaving empty storefronts and a sense of despair in their wake. And families are left with crushing debt, facing foreclosure and financial ruin as they struggle to pay their bills and keep their homes. Odessa's crime rate is among the highest in Texas, a stark reminder of the social and economic challenges that plague the city. This is especially true during the booms, when the influx of people and money exacerbates existing problems and creates new opportunities for criminal activity. The constant cycle of boom and bust creates a volatile and unpredictable environment, making life unpredictable and stressful for everyone who calls Odessa home. The uncertainty weighs heavily on families and individuals alike. Roads and public services are overwhelmed during booms, struggling to keep up with the demands of a rapidly growing population. Then, neglected during busts, as funding dries up and the city struggles to maintain even basic services. For newcomers, the promise of high wages in the oil fields is a powerful draw, offering the potential for financial security and a better future. But this promise comes with big risks: unstable jobs that can disappear at any moment, high costs of living that eat into their earnings, and serious safety concerns in a dangerous work environment. Odessa is a cautionary tale, a stark example of the perils of relying too heavily on a single, volatile industry. It's a story about the economic vulnerability of a town that has hitched its fate entirely to the unpredictable fortunes of the oil industry. Despite the challenges, the town's grit is undeniable. The people of Odessa are resilient and hardworking, determined to make the best of their circumstances. But the price of chasing oil is steep, both economically and socially, leaving a lasting impact on the community. Next, let's visit a city where poverty and stagnation have become the norm, a place struggling with a different set of economic challenges. Now we're in Texarkana, straddling the Texas-Arkansas border, a city defined by deep, generational poverty. The poverty rate is high, leading to poor housing, food insecurity, and a lack of resources. The city feels neglected, with crumbling buildings and a deserted downtown. Entertainment and job opportunities are scarce, pushing young people to leave. The dual-state setup creates confusing laws and services, complicating daily life. For visitors, the state line photo op is the main attraction. Beyond that, there's little to do. Texarkana is stuck between two states, in a cycle of poverty and in need of new vision. The people are friendly, but the challenges are overwhelming. Our next stop is a town whose entire identity is shaped by one of Texas's darkest industries. Welcome to Huntsville, the prison capital of Texas. The town's economy revolves around the prison system. Most jobs are tied to corrections. This single industry focus creates a heavy, somber atmosphere. The imposing prison walls and constant sirens are daily reminders of the town's identity. For those not connected to the prison, life can feel stifling and limited. Young people often leave to find opportunities outside the world of criminal justice. The community is divided between prison employees, inmates' families, and everyone else. Huntsville is stable for some, but it comes at the cost of diversity and hope. It's a stark example of how one industry can overshadow an entire town. Now let's see what happens when a city faces both environmental disaster and industrial pollution. Port Arthur, on the Gulf Coast, is battered by pollution and relentless flooding. Massive oil refineries dominate the skyline, filling the air with toxic emissions. Residents face high rates of cancer and respiratory illness. Living here is a health risk. Hurricanes and floods like Harvey have devastated the city repeatedly. Many homes and businesses remain abandoned, and the population is shrinking. The constant threat of disaster creates anxiety and drives people away. For those who stay, life is a battle against both industry and nature. Port Arthur's resilience is remarkable, but the challenges are overwhelming. The city stands as a warning about the costs of unchecked industry and climate change. Our final stop brings us back to the border, where a humanitarian crisis is reshaping an entire town. Eagle Pass sits at the heart of the border crisis, overwhelmed by a surge of migrants and strained resources. Local hospitals, law enforcement, and social services are stretched to the limit. Residents face long waits for emergency help and a constant sense of insecurity. The town's identity is now defined by the crisis, making it hard to attract new business or tourism. Property values have plummeted, and many feel trapped with no way out. For travelers, Eagle Pass is not a typical Texas town. It's a community under siege. The people are resilient but exhausted by forces beyond their control. Eagle Pass is a powerful reminder of the human cost of national policy. Let's wrap up with a message for everyone watching. That's our journey through Texas's toughest towns. Thanks for joining me for this honest look at real challenges. Remember, Statistics don't define a community's heart change as possible when we talk about these issues. If this video hits 100,000 subscribers, I'll return to one of these towns and invest in a project to help. So please, hit that subscribe button. Your support can make a real difference. Let's keep the conversation going in the comments with respect and empathy. Thanks for watching and stay safe in all your travels. See you in the next video.